Oh yeah, check this shit out, okay? Check this out. Give me a second. I lost a flower. I need to feed them, but I actually don't know how. I have to feed them so they don't die. Because they're gonna start dying if I don't feed them. But I have them in like a little bit of water here. But I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I've never like kept flowers alive before, so I think they're going to die no matter what. Like I don't think I can keep them alive forever. Or anything, you know? Right? Wait, you're meant to cut the stem? Interesting. I didn't realize you're meant to cut the stem. I'll do that later. I don't want to do that right now. Cut the stem, will let water get in better? Okay. I'll cut the stem at some point. It's been a minute. Nice to see everybody. Been, I think, 10 days now since the last stream. So nice to see Kiyana. For the last week, I had Kiyana and... Wait, are you the League of Legends gamer? For the last week I had Raven and Kiyana from Twitter, my Twitter friends. My Twitter friends were visiting, they were here, and that was really nice. I wanted to stream conceptually, you know? In my head I wanted to stream. I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to have Kiyana and Raven both on stream, you know, and all three of us hanging out and stuff. But it just never really felt right, I guess. I don't know. It never felt right. Like there was never like a time where we were all like in the mood for it, I think, personally. And I wasn't in the mood for it a lot of the time anyway, so you know, it would have been cool though if we did it. I think it would have been cool. I just wasn't in the mood for it, to be honest. It was really nice. Kiyana was very nice this time. Kiyana was very cool when she came this time. Because Kiyana came a month ago to visit. We got to hang out last month a lot, but this was Raven initially had planned the trip, and Kiyana was not initially coming. So it was just going to be Raven only. But Kiyana had such a good time the first time that she decided to come back a second time and hang out again. And she lined up her trip, so she arrived when Raven arrived, and she left when arrived when Raven arrived, and she left when Raven left, which was cool because they got to meet each other, which was awesome as well because they're good friends as well. So everyone's all kind of friends and stuff. But I say Kiyana was really nice this time because she was very brave, okay? Kiyana was very brave this time. She was very selfless. She definitely gave a lot of like time and energy to making sure Raven had a good trip because because it was Raven's like first time coming and stuff, and she made a lot of sacrifices to make sure Raven had a good time. So shout out to Kiyana. She was very sweet for doing that. Where's the bee lamp? Oh yeah, let me show you. I showed the roses. I have them here, by the way, Raven, that you bought me. Raven got me another present as well. I haven't got it set up yet. But very cute. With a little bee. Thank you, Raven. Raven got me presents. It was really nice. Yeah, and Kiyana was very sweet it was very sweet of Kiyana to just let me and Raven hang out a lot. We hung out like basically every day. I think I had 2 days where I wanted to be antisocial and just recharge. But for the most part we were hanging out like I think the last 2 or 3 days even, right? We just hung out like from the end of Saturday, all of Sunday, like until you left Monday. Like it was just a continuous hangout, right? There was never a second. But yeah, pretty much. So it was really cool. It was really nice. I kept hitting Raven a lot. That was my favorite part, actually. I hit Raven so much. It was so awesome. It was amazing. Basically, we would just like hang out and we'd be like lying in bed, basically, like watching movies or anyway. We'd be like watching like TV shows or something. Oh, there's so much to talk about, actually. There is so much to talk about. Let's talk about the whole trip. Okay. Yeah, I saw you pitching a tent, Kiyana. I saw you pitching a tent. You saw me in the shorts and the Naruto ramen t-shirt with no makeup and looking like trash, and you just, like, literally, it was like, just sitting there like that. It was crazy. Date bayo. Stop. What is it? Ramen? I said ramen. Are you stupid? Do you ever do anything, MPU? I have a serious question, because do you do anything other than make fun of my accent? Is there anything you do other than that? Can you get more creative, please? There was so much that happened on the trip, really. It was awesome. So, let me think. Where do I start? Yeah, I'll keep going with the train of thought of the last couple days. Just so, like the last few days, we just had like a continuous streak of hanging out, which was really nice. Oh, I was talking about hitting Raven. Yes, I can't just... I imagine I just drop that I hit Raven and then move on from it and never, like, elaborate whatsoever. But yes, I was hitting Raven a lot. It was really fun. It was really awesome. Being knacker boxing. I was role-playing as a cat, actually. That was what I was doing. I love to role-play as the cat. I'm this close. I'm this close to stopping identifying as a woman and starting to identify as cat gender and changing my pronouns to kits, okay? Because I was just, the whole time we were hanging out, just, we'd be like lying in bed watching something and I would just like go like, and I just like whack her in the head, like the way a cat would just swipe at something. We just lie there, and then I would look at her while I did it, and I would go like, and I just like slap her in the head like that constantly. I did that all the time. Oh my god, it was so fucking fun. It was so fun. I was literally doing, what is it, cat. Like this shit is just, this shit is all I did. I just do that over and over. Let me see if I can find another good one. Like that's all I was doing. This one right here. This is the one. This is the one. That's Raven. That's me. Raven loved it. Yeah, I loved doing that, and Raven loved when I would slap her like that. Like, you know, she enjoyed it. That's all I'm gonna say. She enjoyed it. So, don't even. But anyway, so the last few days were nice. Let's start at the beginning of the trip. Let's talk a little bit. Day one was probably the worst. No. Was day one the worst day, or was day one the best day? It was not the worst or the best day. Day one was like they arrived at after midnight, I think. And I think the planes took a while to land, so it was kind of annoying for me and Poe, who picked them up at the airport. Because Thursday, what happened Thursday? Yeah, Thursday was the best day, you're correct. Your favorite day was the last day? Yeah. Oh yeah. So day one, me and the flights were meant to arrive at like midnight. So it was, I think they ended up arriving like maybe like 1 a.m. or something. And it was kind of tiring for me and Poe because we basically left, like, we like were getting ready to go like 11 p.m. Got in the Uber like 11:30 or something. Got there at 12. And then by the time we got back to like Poe's apartment to just hang out together, it was like almost 2 a.m. So that was kind of tiring, but it was really nice, obviously, because people just arrived, so everyone was in a good mood. I cried at one point that day though, because I got sad, which is really funny, but not like a big deal. I got I got like estrogen sad. And I hid under the covers for like 5 minutes to cry, and then I ate pizza and I felt better. So the pizza was good for me. That first night was good. We just hung out, I think, on the sofa. Ate really, really shitty pizza together. And it was nice. I think it was nice. I think that was a nice time. Everyone was in a good mood, from what I remember. And then day 2 we split up, I think. Or was day 2 when we went to get ramen together. I think day 2 we went to get ramen together. Day 2 I remember sucking. There was one day where I had to build, me and Raven built some furniture together. And I hated that day. That day sucked. Oh my god, that day sucked. But Livy came and visited, so that was nice too. We got 4 transgeners now. We upgraded. Yeah, oh, that was steak day. Okay, yeah. We went to some restaurant. I forget what it's called, but it's like a, you know, it's like a franchise, but like, you know, like a franchise restaurant that's not meant to be like low quality, but it's not like crazy high quality either. It's like, what's a good example of one? There's like a pizza chain, and I don't remember what it's called. Boston Pizza, I think. It's like a restaurant chain. Restaurant chains. There's restaurant chains. Yeah, like Olive Garden. Exactly. Yeah, that's a better comparison. Like, it's like, you know, it's not meant to be like, you don't go to Olive Garden expecting to get like fucking Michelin star restaurant food, right? But you also don't go to Olive Garden expecting like shit, basically. Like, you know it's gonna be serviceable 95% of the time, like, you know, and it's not gonna be like the craziest thing, but it's okay. So it was like a franchise restaurant, basically. But we went there and we all got steak together, which I've never ever had steak before. And we got a bunch of different kinds of steaks as well. I think what were the types we got? Let me think. There was filet mignon. There was types of steaks. One second, let me Google. Types of steaks. I don't remember all of them. Okay, there was strip, sirloin, filet mignon, and ribeye. Oh yeah, cab strip loin, New York tenderloin. Wait, are you sure? Was it sirloin or was it tenderloin? That's all of them? Okay, we got all of them. Anyway, I forget which one I got, but I got probably the definition of the most mid one. Like, I got the one I got was like good, but it wasn't the best one. And Raven got the worst one, of course. Which is really funny because Raven went on this like, I don't know what the fuck. Oh fuck, it was so funny. Okay, it's all coming back to me now, you see. It's all coming back to me. I wish I was a better storyteller. It's all coming back to me. Fucking Poe decided to give Raven one of his Vyvanse medications. Because Poe has like, you know, Poe has ADHD as well. But Poe doesn't take like, I actually lowered my Vyvanse dose from 40 milligrams to 30. Poe takes 70, okay? That's the highest they will let you take the medication, you know? They won't go any higher than that. They don't let you go higher than fucking 70 for Vyvanse. And Poe's at like the max dosage, and he fucking gives Raven one of these. I think at this point, Raven was on 0 hours of sleep still. It's day 2. It's like the second day, and she's still not slept yet. And fucking Poe has the great idea of, well, if she hasn't slept yet, we can give her a Vyvanse maybe to keep her awake or something. So Raven is fucking wired when we go to like, you know, when we go to, when we're going out. Like Raven's like zooted, absolutely fucking zooted on crystal meth because she's just been given 70 fucking milligrams of Vyvanse. You're sending me a picture on Discord when the Vyvanse was peaking. Alright, let me see it. But yeah, like, Raven is fucking zooted. We're going to, is this the one where you're sweating? Oh no, it's the one where, it's gotta be the one where you're sweating. It's gotta be the one where you're fucking sweating. Yeah, I think I saw it. Send it to me again, though. Can I show this on stream? Do I have your permission to show this on stream? Yeah? Are you sure? I'm gonna ask one more time just. What did you walk into? I'm describing the trip. Kiyana Raven visit trip recap. You grabbed your chicken wrap too hard and your fingers went through? Okay, this is so funny. I'm sorry, I'm showing this. Okay. This is Kiyana on fucking Pose Vivance dose. She's just like, she's literally out of it. Check DMs. Look how much she's sweating. She's drenched in sweat. Literally like drenched in sweat. Just sitting on the floor of the bathroom eating a wrap. Just completely fucking out of it. And Raven was the same. Raven was just as bad. Kiyana mid Vivance, can I show this? Let me send it to Kiyana and ask if I can show this one. Raven, you are not handling it perfectly. Oh, Livy Rave. Hello, Livy. We're talking about the trip. We're talking about the trip. Hello, hello. You actually really enjoyed the Vivance? Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you fucking did. Not that one? Okay, I won't show that one. I won't show that one. That one's hilarious, though. But yeah, so Raven's not slept yet. Absolutely fucking zooted. Vivance is an appetite suppressor. That's something I struggle with. So, like, she hasn't eaten. And she's got no appetite, basically. And the steak she got is easily the worst of all of them. Easily. So she shows up and she like doesn't really eat anything. Poe's just a silly little guy, you know? He's just a silly little guy. She doesn't really eat anything. Livy's there, of course. Livy's so fun. I like Livy. Livy's with us as well. I think Livy got... I don't know what Livy got for her steak. But Livy had... I don't remember, actually. But I got the mid steak, and then I think Kiyana got ribeye, which was also a mid steak. Like, these were kind of like... They were good, but they weren't like the best one. But then Poe got the filet mignon, because he's French. And so he got the French steak. And that one was the best one, easily. Easily the best one. I've never had steak before, but like I heard that it was the best one, and it was the best one. What's that YouTuber called, Raven, that you showed me? That like just cooks steak? Like that's his whole YouTube channel? This guy? He just cooks his whole YouTube channel? Just cooking steaks. Just look at this steak after steak after steak. That's his whole thing. He just cooks steaks. And he makes like really, he gets like $2,500 steak, basically. So, yeah. You're subscribed to all three of his channels. But yeah. So, would I get steak again? Probably not. Probably not. Now that I point at my kitchen, I can do cooking streams. That was the intended goal of setting the stream up here, is that I can stream, cook food on stream, and potentially do a cooking stream. That was the whole point of the setup here. I just haven't got around to it because my apartment is like still a work in progress, really. Yeah, so we hung out, then Livy, Kiyana, me, and Raven. Livy, Kiyana, Raven, and I all went to my apartment. We went back to my apartment this day. I believe at this point I had no furniture at all. I had got a box of... So, okay. It's a complicated story. So, last month I purchased a sofa, okay? Because I wanted a sofa for my apartment. So last month I bought a sofa, and I also bought one of Poe's old TVs, and he got a new one. So I bought his TV, I bought a stand for the TV, and I got a sofa. Now, unfortunately, after I purchased the sofa, like literally, I bought it in person. right after I bought the sofa. The second after I bought it, the guy's like, okay, it'll deliver mid-July. And I was like, oh. Oh. Yeah. I was kind of, it's kind of expecting it a little sooner than that, It was not the timeline that I was thinking for this sofa to arrive. And he's like, oh, well, it's got to be made, because it's a different color from the store one. It's going to be custom made. So it's going to take a while to make and stuff, which makes sense. But like, now I have no sofa and I have guests coming, and I'm thinking in my brain, I have this sofa for, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to buy a sofa so when guests come to my apartment, they have somewhere to sit. So I have nowhere for anyone to sit. So Poe comes up actually with a really smart idea, in my opinion. It's a really smart idea to buy patio furniture for the balcony, to buy like a patio sofa thing for the balcony, but then set it up indoors and use it as the sofa indoors for now, until the other one arrives in a month and a half or 2 months, and then move it into the balcony afterwards. So really smart idea. So I do that. I buy, patio furniture, and they send me one box. And in my brain, I'm like, oh shit, it arrived. And I go home, and I bring it up, and I'm like, oh, it's like way small. Like the box is like, smaller than I thought it would be, but it's here. I can build it. And I invite Livy, Kiyana, Raven all to my apartment. And I'm like, well, when we get there, I might just have to build some of the furniture for us to sit on. And then we open the box, and inside the box, it says box 1 of 3. So, big enough for a sofa? It's not like a, yeah, I do. It is big enough for a sofa, yeah. More than big enough. It was from Amazon. It was like not that expensive either. It's like $500, but it was box 1 of 3 they sent. And I was like, oh. So now I have 4 people in my apartment. We have a TV on the, on a stand. And we have like 2 kitchen chairs that are not comfortable and 1 computer chair. So we have 1 comfy chair and that's it. And so I take the fucking the chair cushions out from that arrived, which I will show you one of them now, I guess. So I grabbed one of these, okay? I got like 3 of these basically. No, 1 of these and 2 of these, and I just throw them on the floor. I'm like, so in Minecraft, not in real life. In Minecraft, we got these. They're sitting on the floor, okay? They're just lying on the floor as cushions for people, because we have no chairs. We got 4 people in the apartment. 4. No chairs really to sit on that are comfy at least. So we're lying on my fucking floor, the 4 of us together. It's a disaster. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing for me, okay? For my apartment to be in that state. But that was the night. And we hung out and we watched Nathan For You, which was awesome. And it was actually a really good time. It was a really lovely time. And then, I forget when Livy went home. Livy went home, I want to say, like, just before midnight. And then Kiyana was sleepy, so Kiyana snoozed for maybe an hour or so. She fell asleep. It was very cute, actually. Kiyana snoozed for an hour, and then Poe came and picked her up. And then me and Raven hung out, and we just lay in bed and we watched. I forget what we watched that night, but we just hung out and we went to sleep, and it was nice. Did we sleep much that night? I don't think we slept much that night. Did we? I know I slept. We watched Good Doctor. We've started watching the fucking Good Doctor, which personally, I love it. I don't think Raven likes it as much as I do, but I love it. I think the Good Doctor is awesome. I relate personally. Raven hates it, but I love it because I relate to the doctor with autism. really hard, actually. We're like the same person, basically. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so we hung out. She slept over. It was really nice. We had the slumber party. That's when I discovered how much fun it was to hit her with pillows and stuff. So I started smacking her with pillows, and then I started bonking her. It was really fun. So that was the second night. It was really great. It was lovely. It was a lovely night. Then I think the night after that, we went... I don't know what we did the day after that, to be honest, at all. That day doesn't exist in my mind. What happened the day after? What did we do? Did we just do nothing? No. Was that antisocial day? That might have been antisocial day. Did we hang out that day, though? Yeah, I think we hung out that day. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was, yeah, anyway. I think that was Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. Was that Wednesday? Yeah, that was Wednesday. No, it wasn't Wednesday. Was it? I know that Wednesday we didn't hang out. Yeah. Okay, I think we were antisocial in the morning, and then I think I kicked you out to be antisocial. And then, yeah, face reveal. First time ever on stream. And then I was antisocial, and then I think the next day you came back. I think I was in a really horrible mood. From what I remember on that day, I think that was my worst mood of the entire trip. I think I was in a really, really bad mood. Oh, I didn't kick you out, you just wanted to hang out with Kiyana? Oh, okay. I remember my mood being awful, though. I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Because you were like, and then I remember you messaged me like, I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna watch the League of Legends tournament with Kiyana. And I was like, I didn't even like properly answer you. I think I just sent you like an exclamation mark because I was like in a horrible mood. So I didn't even speak to you. But that was the day before, yeah, I literally just said that. Like Raven's like, hey, I'm gonna hang out with Kiyana today. We're gonna have a good day together. And I just sent her that, like as a response, you know? That's my way of showing that I'm in a bad mood and I don't want to speak. I don't want to talk to you. What did she mean by this? I meant that was my signal that I was in a bad mood. Oh, yeah. You went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Was that day? That was Wednesday, right. That was Wednesday. Yeah. No, that was Friday. Never mind. Okay, I'm still thinking about Wednesday. Anyway, I was in a bad mood Wednesday. Besides the point. Then I think in the... what I thought was going to happen was the plumber that came today was meant to come on Thursday. And that was like tilting me because Thursday was going to be me and Raven's like big day to do things. And at that point I was really upset about the state of the apartment sucking. I was mad that the apartment was so like shit, basically. I think me and Raven had built some of the furniture together with Kiyana there. So we built like somewhere to sit, but I was still like mad as hell. The apartment looked like shit. There were boxes everywhere. I was tilted as hell about the apartment. That's what it was. I was tilted about the apartment. I think Thursday we hung out relatively early. I don't remember exactly what time you came on Thursday, but you came at some point on Thursday, and we watched Battle Jots. Anyway, so we watched the penultimate episode. I'm such a bad storyteller. I got so rattled by the fucking spill. We watched BattleBots together. Me and Raven introduced me to BattleBots, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. And we watch every episode together now. And so it was a really big deal to us when she came to visit that we have a day where we watch BattleBots together in person. That was like a really big deal. So we watched BattleBots together, and that was awesome. That was really awesome. That was also the day I cooked for you, right? That was the first day I cooked for you? I cooked for you when we watched BattleBots, right? And we ate while we watched BattleBots? Because something Raven and I do all the time when we're in Discord calls is I call her, basically, and she puts on a TV show. And while I would watch the TV show, like she screen shares it for me to watch with her, and I make food. I cook while like on call. So it helps me like focus on cooking and it helps me eat and stuff. So when she came to visit, I was like, she hadn't eaten yet. That was my favorite part of it, okay? This is the best part. Raven hadn't like eaten close to anything on the trip in like 3 days. She'd barely eaten any food. Also, she'd barely slept. From what I understand, at this point, it's like day 3 or day 4, and we're entering day 4, and she's on like a grand total of like 4 to 6 hours of sleep in like the first like 3.5 days. Like she slept like literally like 4 or 5 hours probably by this point. And she's eaten like 2 meals in these days as well. So she hasn't slept and she hasn't eaten anything. And we went to watch BattleBots together, and I cooked for her, and I made her sandwiches. I made her sandwiches. I made her chicken sandwiches. But they were great. And I was really nervous because I have like issues with food in general. Like I'm really embarrassed about eating in general, and I'm pretty embarrassed about like what I eat. So I was really, really nervous about the food thing, and I've never like, not in, at least for a long time, have I cooked for somebody else anything other than I think breakfast food. I think breakfast food is the only thing I've ever like cooked for somebody else, and it's not like a, you know, anyway, it wasn't like a big thing, I guess. But when I made Raven food, I made her, and I sliced a big chunk out of my finger while I was cooking. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's like literally like a big chunk while cooking. I put my blood, sweat, and tears literally into this food, okay? I bled all over the place. There was blood absolutely everywhere, leaking, spewing from my finger. It was like a fountain. I'm not even kidding, okay? This was not like, it looks fine now, because it's been, like, close to a week. But, like, holy fuck did I, like, cut this. Like, it was leaking blood. It was a lot of blood. It was, and I almost fainted when I saw it as well. When I saw the blood, I almost fainted. There was no blood in the food, no. I was cutting bread, and you know my like cutting form when I cut bread, when I hold it like this and I go like that? Well, I did that when I cut the bread, and who could have predicted I cut my finger while holding the bread like that and cutting? Who could have seen that coming? Nobody could have foreseen that. So, lesson to you, if you're watching, don't hold things that you want to cut like this and cut them like this. Don't cut them like this, because what's going to happen is when you cut through, you're going to get to the bottom, and the knife's going to hit here, and you're going to drag there, and you're going to slice it right there like I did. So don't do that. Yeah, afterwards I kept doing it the same way. Anyway, so I made Raven the sandwiches, but what I did was I had enough material, okay? I had enough crafting materials to make 4 sandwiches. Did it hurt? I didn't, honestly. I was like already mega anxious about, I was already crazy anxious about just cooking the food and really nervous about everything as well. So I was probably already feeling adrenaline in my system, and then I cut it, and I think at that point I was just fucking juiced. Like I was juicing at that point, and I felt it did not hurt at all. All I could think of was the blood and whether the food was gonna get ruined, if I was gonna, you know, fuck the food up. So I did not notice it. I didn't feel any pain from it. But yeah, so I had the crafting mats for 4 sandwiches, but I only made 2, one each at the start, because I didn't know if Raven would like it, because at that point she hadn't eaten like anything really, and she hadn't enjoyed anything she'd eaten yet. And I was like, damn, okay, she might not like this, so what I'll do is I'll only give her 1 sandwich, and then if she wants, she can have more. And I gave her the 1 sandwich, and she ate the whole thing, and the greatest words as a chef that you can ever hear from someone you've cooked for. The single best words you can ever hear are, "Can I have more?" And she asked for more. She was like, "Can I have another sandwich?" And I was like, yes, you can. Absolutely. Yes, you can. I swear to God, I nearly cried. I was on the verge of fucking tears. I was like, I could not believe. I've never cooked for anyone, is the thing. Like, literally. So, and it was such an important, it was a big deal. It was such a big deal to me. And when she asked for more, I was like, oh, probably the best feeling. One of the best feelings ever. So I used the crafting materials to make the other sandwich. And she ate all of it. It was the first time she actually ate all of the food. Did we do that after? Was that Thursday? Or was it before Thursday, actually? Now that I'm getting my timelines mixed up. But anyway, I think, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I told you Thursday about the flowers thing. I didn't even realize that's where you got it from. Oh, that's so funny. I mentioned it, but I mentioned it in the context of Poe's girlfriend, not even of me, which is really funny. But yeah, and then we went to see, yeah, you are actually forever the first person to bring forward. That's so sweet. Then we went to see Fast X. Opening night, Fast X. We went to see it. And that shit was crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the thing. Unspoken killer. That's the thing. With like food, if she could tell me it's nice, right? Like, if she liked it, she would be like, oh yeah, like I liked it. Like she, let's say she didn't finish the food. She could be like, to spare my feelings, To spare my feelings, she could be like, oh, I liked it. I just don't have an appetite. I'm just, it was really good though. I just don't have an appetite. And I would never be able to know if she actually meant that or not. Like, maybe she didn't like it. Maybe she didn't like it. Maybe she hated it and she was just saying that to be nice. But you can't lie when you go back for seconds. There's no lying. Okay? There's no lying. So, the truth, actions speak louder than words. So we went to see Fast X, and do you remember my red dress? Let me show you it. I promise I won't knock anything over this time as I show you things. For anyone that remembers, I bought this red dress. I bought this red dress last year. Not last year. Start of this year? No, last year. I bought this dress last year. Initially, as I planned to wear it to my birthday, was my plan. I'd wear it on my birthday, or New Year's Eve, basically. Something. I just wanted to wear it out because what had happened was I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again quickly. But basically, it was my friend's birthday. My friend Brittany had her birthday, and she invited me and Poe and Poe's girlfriend and one of her friends to the birthday party, and the 5 of us went. And it was, it was really nice, but at the time, I was I think I was just over 1 year into my transition, and I had not got clothes figured out at all. My wardrobe is so much better. My wardrobe is still far from complete, but it's so much better now. So much better. And so I didn't have anything nice to wear. So I swear to God, it was like a $10 skirt off of Shein. It was like a fucking $10 skirt, and I also wore $10 skirt, and I wore like a fucking $5 cheap ass Shein bodysuit with it, which was awful as well. And I didn't know how to do my makeup either. At that point, I still didn't know how to do makeup. And I didn't know how to do hair either. So I showed up, and it's Brittany's birthday, and she looks beautiful, and it was Poe's girlfriend looked beautiful, and Phoebe, she's on Twitter as well, but Phoebe was the other girl, and she looked beautiful. She had a dress, and I didn't have anything to wear. And it was like a soul-crushing experience. Like, it was so depressing. Like, it was so depressing for me to go there. But I obviously, like, it was, you know, Brittany's birthday. I'm not going to make it about me or anything. So, like, I didn't, like, you know, I didn't, like, make a scene or anything. But it was really, like, I was absolutely, like, devastated by it. Like, it was just a really sad moment in my life. So, after that happened, I basically was like, I'm going to go buy a dress. I'm going to go buy a dress. Also, hello, Caitlin Snow. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to go buy a dress so that this never happens to me ever again. I'm never going to have this experience ever again. And I went and I found this dress and I bought it. And it was going to be my, like, special occasion dress where I'm going to show up in a fucking short red dress and blow everyone away. I'm going to be the prettiest person in the room. And when it came time to wear it for the first time, it was my birthday, or not my birthday, it was New Year's Eve, actually. New Year's Eve, I was going to wear it, but my story is tangenting so much. Anyway, I thought I would do this quickly. New Year's Eve, I was going to wear it, and I didn't have the confidence on New Year's Eve to actually wear it. I didn't have the confidence. So I put it on, I didn't feel good about myself, and I took it off. When I went to see Fast X with Raven, premiere day, Fast X premiere with Raven, I wore the dress. I wore the dress to go watch Fast and fucking Furious in the theater, which was fucking awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Kiyana. Have a nice time. Have a nice time hanging out. Meet tonight for the twerk coaching session. We can play games later. I don't think I'll stream all day today, so we can totally play games later. But I wore the dress. I wore the dress to Fast and Furious, and it was really cool. It was really awesome. It was really, really awesome. I felt so good about myself. Yeah. So, me and Raven went to watch Let's Play League tonight. Me and Raven went to watch Fast X opening night. It was, let me take this off now. I'll be back in a sec. Goodbye, Kiyana. Anyway, back to the real story, which was the trip story. Which we're still talking about the trip here. That was just the Fast and Furious tangent of the trip. Yeah, we'll go back to the actual trip story. So yeah, so we watched it together. It was awesome. It was incredible. It was wonderful. And then we walked home together, and then we went to sleep. Yeah, but I digress. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so we walked home together, and then I think we just lay in bed. I think we put on, like, a little bit of TV, but we were tired at that point, right? I don't think we, like, did much, like, watching anything. I think we just, like, we watched, like, maybe an episode or something, and then went to sleep. I don't think we stayed up that late that night. I remember being tired. Yeah, you passed out immediately. Yeah, I don't think we stayed up or anything, but that was really nice. So that was Thursday, and then Friday. Was Friday the day we went for, like, breakfast together, and we bumped into, like, Kiyana and Poe at, like, breakfast? Was that Friday? Oh yeah, you slept for that was Friday. Yeah. Because I remember Livy. I love Livy, but Livy, like, messaged me, and she asked, like, hey, like, when can I hang out next? And I was like, well, like, I think she said Thursday. I think she said Friday, or, like, Friday, Saturday, or whatever. And when you came in, you thought we were talking about the superiority of European, less car-centric infrastructure. No, that was just a tangent about my tangent about pickup trucks, which was a tangent about Fast and Furious, which was a tangent about the trip with Kiyana and Raven. So that was just like a fractal of a fractal of a fractal, 3 stages removed. It was very important, though, to the overall context of the trip, as I was saying. So, anyway. So, like, Livy messaged me, and she's like, when can we hang out next? And I was, like, it was, Thursday, we'd hung out all day, and it was, like, a really high social energy day for me. So I basically said, like, I don't think I can do Friday because like we're gonna be burnt out Friday. Like we are gonna be donezo. No one's gonna have any energy Friday. But Saturday is a good day. And then at like 10 a.m. or something, like actually like 10 a.m., Livy's like, hey, I'm downtown, I'm shopping downtown, like, where you guys at? How come no one's awake right now? And like, it was crazy. It was insane. Nobody was like everyone is like, well, me and Raven are like groggy monsters with like not a single ounce of energy. And Livy's like, hey guys, it's really early, where you at? Where you at? So nobody hung out with her when she was there on Friday because nobody had any energy. And then sometime like fucking 2 p.m. or some shit, finally. Yeah, oh yeah, literally, yeah. Nice memory right there. We just had a moment, the two of us. We went to go get breakfast, basically, at like fucking 2 p.m. or something. And we bumped into Kiyana and Poe and his girlfriend at breakfast. And then I was a little confused on what was happening, I think, at that point. I think I needed an antisocial day at that moment. I think what I remember was that because I've been behind on work, right? That's my big issue, is when people come, my issue is when people come visit, like, I don't get any work done because I don't stream and I don't take photos because I just hang out with people, right? So I was having like anxiety because I was just about to hit 300k on Twitter and I needed a photo to post or something, you know? Like I needed a post for 300k and I needed to like post on my OF and everything. Yeah, I needed an antisocial day. So I think sometime in the afternoon or something. It was a while before you left, I remember. I think we hung out for a while. But then eventually you went to go hang out with Kiyana. I don't know if it was that night or something or when it was. I know I had all of Saturday to myself, but I don't remember when you left on Friday. I just know that I had all of Saturday to be really antisocial and do stuff, but I don't remember what time we hung out till on Friday at all. But I think that Friday was when I mentioned flowers, I think, right? That was when I mentioned flowers. I was like, I mentioned that no one bought me flowers or whatever. Because I told it as a joke because, yeah, I think we did hang out all day Friday, and I think you just left and gave me the antisocial day. Oh, Thursday I mentioned flowers. Oh, okay. Whatever. Same difference. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah, Saturday was Raven, Livy, and stuff, and I wanted to go, but I didn't want to go. So I didn't want to socialize on Saturday at all. I was like, I want to just sit here and take photos and work really hard on photos. So I spent all day on Saturday, like pretty much all day on Saturday, just like cleaning my apartment a little bit, and I did my makeup. I tried to do my hair a little bit. And then I went and took photos, and I tried to take cool photos, and I actually got a couple really cool photos. But yeah, I did that all day, and then I think at night, Raven came back to hang out, like Saturday night, I think. She came after Guardians of... No, was it after... No, it wasn't after Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't, because I slept... Yeah, I don't think she came after Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I didn't hang out with Raven that night at all. I think she slept at the hotel with Kiyana that night, and I slept alone. And then I woke up in the morning, and I got in a better mood in the morning. I was in a better mood because after like an hour or something of people trying to make me smile, I vented a little bit. Like I vented about being mad, and then what's it called? Help. I vented about being mad, and then I was like, okay, well now I need a new picture because my picture didn't work, and I took a what's it called? I took a new photo that did well. I posted it already on Twitter for my 300K post, and that one did well. It was like a good, you know, it was a good picture. So it worked. It worked well. So, hello. It worked out in the end. I got to be productive, and I basically dedicated that whole day just to photos, and it worked out. So